for tonight. Are we good to go, Andrew, or are we just about there? Okay, that's right. Okay, so I think I don't know if someone else is going to be like talking about CSS and just trying to butter me up. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not one voting. It's you guys out there. What I found is kind of interesting tonight is that typically when we do a presenters for our conference, it's about 95% Mac with everyone actually think, and tonight it's going to be closer to like 40-45%, which I think is kind of cool. You know, not just all the Mac people out there. So now, how are you going? Nearly there?
Good, we're very close.
Very close. This is like, what I know is I have no idea how close very close is. All right. So I know what's happening here. I know what's going to go on.
It's not working so well with the resolution. But
All right, because you didn't read our email, did you?
I did.
All right, okay. Right. You know what I know? When Maxine sends you an email, pay attention. That's what I know. I've learned that over the last 20 years. So. All right. So. All right. Now look, I believe you. All right. Are you good to go?
it's not a very good developer.
All right. Okay. So please, are you good to go, Andrew?
Yeah.
Please welcome Andrew Buntine.
Hey, my name is Andrew Buntine. Thank you very much.
I don't know how to.
I'm the lead developer at iPad Digital. I've been around for about 10 years, mostly on the web. And if I'm not hacking, I'm probably skateboarding. Okay, I'm going to talk about Parallax. So first of all, what the hell is Parallax? Effectively, it's the apparent displacement of objects when you view them from multiple viewpoints, typically two. So as a human, you may have looked at something in the distance and closed one eye, and as you toggle your eyes, you'll see that things moving at very small distances. If you were going to put your finger in front of your face and do the same thing, your finger will be jumping at greater distances. That's because your finger is closer to your face, your viewpoint, and therefore it's moving at greater distances. It's parallel. Same thing when you're driving in a car, trees are moving by, mountains in the background, hardly moving at all. The same thing. Okay, one cool thing I worked out when I was researching this was that humans and most mammals, our vision actually crosses two eyes, and that means that when we're looking, we can actually gauge depth with this, and that's how it's become a natural parallax effect. Whereas some creatures actually have their eyes further back in their head, and that's why, say, pigeons actually bob their head. It's because they can't gauge depth any other way. Okay, so the history of this on the web. It first came out about 12 months ago, maybe a bit more, with Nike Better World. Nike Better World came up, and it sort of caused a bit of a stir in the industry. People were going crazy about this new thing they were doing, and it took people a while to reverse engineer it and work out what they were doing. It turns out it's really stupidly simple. Okay, so this is my website. It has won several awards in the last few weeks. All you can do is sign up and they give you an award. Okay, so what we'll do is, as I scroll, you'll see the planets are actually moving at different speeds. Mercury jumps past really quick there, while Uranus and Pluto are hardly moving at all because they're billions of miles away. Most of these websites also have these navs that sort of stick around with you, so you can jump up and down and see cool things. This looks way better than Nike Betterworld.com, but it is exactly the same technique, I guarantee you. So how am I doing this? I'm already there. So there's only a little bit of maths here. It's pretty simple. Cool, you can actually see that. So there's 4 variables involved here. There's H, which is the document height, and P, which is the object. So each one of these are object current offset. Both of those you can get very simply with JavaScript. You can Google that. The two slightly complex bits are the adjuster value, which is A, and the inertia, which is I. The adjuster value effectively is, it's hard to explain in 30 seconds, but effectively the value that will be apparent as the object reaches 0, as it goes out of the viewpoint. And I suggest you just tinker with it, because I found out hardware and browsers jump at different intervals. You basically can't calculate this value, so tinker with it. I'm using HTML5 data attributes to store this. And yeah, basically, when you scroll, you get a massive jump. You just have to tinker with this value and get it right. And I is the inertia. It needs to be between 0 and 1. 0 meaning that it doesn't move at all, it's totally static. And and 1 meaning it moves the exact same speed as you scroll. So 0.5 is going to move at half the speed. Each one of these planets is simply a div that covers 100% by 100%. And all we're doing is, as we scroll, we're repositioning the background image of that div. So it's very simple. Every time we scroll, we just reposition that background image given these 4 values. So the code, like I said, it's very simple. It's packaged in as a jQuery plugin, and not including the standard jQuery plugin pattern. It's 14 lines of code. All we're doing here is grabbing some information about the object, each planet is an object. I'm calculating the inertia by dividing it by 40 million, which is a distance in kilometers a bit less than Mercury is to the sun. By the way, we can sort of assume we're the sun here, like giving the like really messing up the universe by like bobbing the sun up and down billions of kilometers. And all we're doing here is this new position function. All it's doing is implementing the maths I showed you before. And every time we scroll, we're just recalculating the background position, and that's it. So yeah, that really is it. Thanks, man.
Way awesomer than Nike.
It is.
Yeah. What were they thinking?
I was never
Happy
with that at all.
No. Fantastic stuff. All right, Andrew. Well, Andrew's our last. Sorry, Andrew Buntine. Is that right? Buntine. It's like runtime. Oh, don't forget that now. Right. It's French. What are these French people tonight? Even the French are coming to Melbourne. It's so livable. I thought Paris was like the most livable. No, wait, no, they're all coming here. We got the muscles. We got the butt. What's Buntine French for? Buntine. What was it? Look, I'm totally awesome. Apparently it's French for awesome. All right, so thanks very much, and Andre. I am just in so much trouble. Is this being recorded? Is this thing on? All right, so we are.